We can always have another volunteer go through it again.
Okay, so I'm following Amy's instructions, realizing I needed to uncheck private, and I set the content type down here. Mine to be active but not private. Create.
And her directions say it must be a title set, not an item set.
Mm. Back to resources, manage collections, add a new top level collection, checking the box for a logical collection. So this bibliographic record information.
Hmm.
So it's going to create a bib record. So, right? It seems kind of dumb. Do I want to suppress this bib? Or do we need it
Uh,
to be published?
I don't know. Does someone have experience with the top level collection creation?
Well, I'll unsuppress it. And if it's weird, I'll go suppress it later and see what happens. Um, New books, acquired library. Um, I don't know if I have a thumbnail. I'm not going to worry about it. Save and continue. Go to the title list tab. Oh, wait. No. And then assign titles set. And choose the logical set you created in before. An internal error occurred. Did I skip something?
I don't think so. Uh, maybe do a save and like back out and see if it,
That's
yeah.
it. That's it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go in and edit it. Oops. Title list. Assign titles set.
Mm-hmm.
There's my new one. Uh-uh.
Internal error occurred. Hmm.
Well, it did something just now.
Well, is it erroring because you don't have anything in the set yet? Like, should we go back to manage sets and actually add something to that set?
Yeah, it didn't set. Where do you?
So if you go to admin and then manage sets, and now we add query
Okay.
and
Okay. What parameters would get me like recently added?
hers was that they put it in a location of
Oh, we
like
don't
their
have
new
that.
bookshelf, but you could also do like an advanced search and
I
I
know.
think maybe holdings creation date or physical item creation date, whichever one has yeah, creation date for physical holdings. And
Um,
then um can you do equals instead of equals like a um after?
it's still a date picker.
Yeah, and then pick like I don't know, September 1st or yeah, I don't know how often
Yeah,
you
do a
add
quarterly.
books. Are
Okay.
these new titles?
I don't know. I don't. They look good to me. It's fine. And the other one doesn't working, and so if this doesn't work either, it's like nobody's gonna cry.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now we've got it. So we can hit save.
Okay. Okay, so that's not in her instructions. Maybe Elena mentioned it. Didn't she have like a reply with the yes and something? I don't know.
I will look, but
But
you can move on to the next step.
so now that I've got stuff added to the set, I'm gonna go back to step 4 and I'm gonna manage that top level collection. Here's my new one in the title list. Well, it remembered it this time because it had information about this, like it had something in the set, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So that looks good. Click update collections from set. And that job was submitted successfully. This will activate a quick job that should then populate the collections titles upon refresh. In Primo, check the collection in Primo, which, okay, so the old one is still there. In the new books,
Yeah, it could take a while.
it's got nothing, but
You can go to admin, manage jobs, and
where's that?
monitor jobs. Yeah.
Well, it didn't like me doing that. Hang on. What? No,
Uh-oh. Okay. Law. Yeah.
never mind. I was in the wrong thing. Just double checking. So monitor jobs. Nothing's
Let's
run.
look at history. Make sure it.
Well, there it is. It completed successfully.
Okay. So that set was created. Let's go back to the directions.
Sorry, I
Okay.
gotta click
So,
here. But the synchronized job didn't run.
no, but it should, the manual update collection,
Mm,
since that says it's done, um, it may just take a while for
okay.
it to show up. But um, I guess the question is, if you're not using a new book's location, um, I guess you could go in and like change your logical set, and
To some,
update it quarterly.
yeah.
But greater minds than me on this call, what would your idea be for creating a logical set to capture uh new titles?
Should look at this.
Because I could see how this could be really cool if you did a query based on specific, like, and did a keyword, like a keyword with, like a specific keyword you were looking for and limited it to,
Mhm.
um, you know, like if you wanted to highlight oversized art books, um, like that wouldn't be tricky to have, like that would be the same query and it would automatically update if you cataloged new books to that.
Mhm.
At Highline, we have a similar thing where we have a graphic novel collection, not collection, but yeah, I guess a collection. So every time we add a new graphic novel, the query is based on an LC subject heading being in the in the record. So I don't know if that's just one example.
Yeah, so if you do have collections like that, um, and you haven't yet like remade them, um, you will have to remake them in order to get the auto updating function, that they now actually have working. Um,
Yeah, Naoko did create a updating collection, so it's been up and
Yay.
going, but Naoko says there is one bug that she has in with support.
Do you wanna fill us
Yeah,
in?
yeah. When this feature came up, we created a brand new one. We deleted the old one that was static, and it was working fine, but it doesn't show all the titles in Primo. And I think Amy had this problem before. It sounds familiar, and the support person tried to re-index it, and I tried updating the set. It captures most of it, but not the exact number that's
That you
in
know you
the
have.
set. Yeah, so the support said there's an open defect that's being handled by the development team right now. So I'm just waiting on it. But like George said, the new additions are showing up in Primo, which is nice.
Um, Hold on. I was just gonna look at the
Naoko, can I ask you, were you able to delete the old set? Did that go all right?
Actually, I reused the set. I had a set already,
Oh,
and I created the static collection based on that. But I kept the set, and then I just added to the new one the logical collection.
because I can't delete any of my old ones. I can only delete the one I've just made,
You mean
which
the
is
collection or the set?
the collection.
Oh,
That seems weird, right?
that's weird.
um sorry, I'm looking at Nooko's case to see if there's anything else I can glean from it. Um well, it's good that you're okay, so yeah, the support person followed up just a couple days ago. Uh It's not appearing as expected, so there is another defect similar to the one I reported, but slightly different. So working with developers to double check it. Um, um, so Noko, you didn't have to completely remake the logical set, you just remade the collection.
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting. And then Abby, you want to share
I'm,
your screen on
yeah,
managing collections?
I am actually was doing what Naoko just described. Is it this one? Maybe you seeing my sets?
Mm-hmm.
So I went back into, I'm going to select the one that I created during today. What I did is I deleted all the titles from my other set or from my other collection. And so there was buttons for me to delete. And interestingly enough, while I can't delete former collections, if I go to modify them, then, oh, I don't have it still. I swear to God, I was just able, I had the option to delete if I wanted to. Briefly showed up. But this is the new materials old that I just added the titles from set. These are not
Mm.
them. There's
So
301 titles in the set.
you
And
tried to delete the old titles and then attach the new set to this collection.
yes, and it said it submitted successfully, but maybe there's just a problem on the back end here. If I go to our Primo, can you see our Primo?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go see our collections. So here's the old one. No, I'm still having the problem. So in Primo, it says there's 186. In Alma, oh goodness, it's touchy. It says now there are 303. Maybe my colleague Brett just added a couple of titles. But when I was right here in this collection with the set, it was like 179. So maybe it's just like still in the
Indexing and
background. Um, yeah, I don't know. Let's try a different browser.
yeah, maybe I just cached stuff.
One 186.
Hmm.
I don't know. Did you want to see something about the other sets or something?
Um, no, no. So you don't have a set attached to the new books?
Mm-hmm.
Can you delete that one?
It's the same set. Should be 301. But should I delete this?
Um,
I can't. I don't have the option, no.
if you, how weird. Thing to figure out. Let me get in the sandbox. Uh, okay, so eh, go. Hmm. Anybody have uh any insight? Naoko's added a link. Uh, Nope, thanks. Didn't want to say. Okay. So collection inventory operator extended together with should allow users to delete sub collections. Um,
It
so
says you have to delete the titles first.
aha. So it has to be empty. Um, if it has any associated titles, so if it's connected to a set. Gotcha. So maybe your link doesn't go anywhere. Let's see if no, it's still sitting at 186. Did you do the um what was the step that Amy update collection from set job?
Within
Yes.
the collection itself?
Because yes, you must have because that has the 303 titles in Alma. It's just not.
But the 303 isn't correct either. There's actually still only 301 titles in the set, I think.
Um,
Brad, did you just add any titles? Just into the catalog.
Well, I added in items for like 4 items.
New bids or no?
They were bib records that I exported, not today. They were a while ago.
Okay, thanks. No new records.
so I'm wondering if it has to do with the way we built the query.
Because we're calling on holdings, not
Mm,
bibliographic information.
yeah.
Okay.
So because yeah,
Well, now
so
there's 303. Weird.
and okay, cataloging experts. If we're doing a query within physical titles using creation date of physical holdings, what would be the difference between using the creation date of the physical item? So this was physical item, we get 314, whereas creation date of holding was 303. Um, we also have the like some that are suppressed because they're orders. So that would be God, I wish you could like, why can't I facet unsuppressed?
You could add suppressed as part of your search
So physical
title. Suppressed equals no, or
tag suppressed. What is tag suppressed?
Maybe it means because you tag it suppressed. Just I don't know.
Let's see.
Not completely sure.
you wanted to use the plus sign over there so you don't wipe out your
Thank you.
after
Yep.
date.
Um, okay, so suppressed is no, and creation date is after. Okay, so somebody really likes GBB.
I know they ordered like 30 baking books. Like we don't even have a culinary program. I don't know.
And a lot of GBB ones. I mean, not that I don't love them. Okay, so yeah, not suppressed is probably a good addition. I'm still trying to figure out. Nope.
Well, hey, good news. The new books, like the new collection I made,
Mm-hmm.
now almost showing up accurately. No, that's the old collection.
And now it's not sure.
Like I deleted like a delete job of all those titles. So the bottom right one. It shows 275 in Primo. It shows me 277.
Nice.
It's pretty close.
I mean, yeah. Um, so then I guess the question is, when you go in to manage this set, if you're wanting to update the set, um, so say we want to update it for winter term. That just changes. Ugh. So yeah, so the issue is that this, you would basically have to do like a um like a fall new books
Mhm.
set, and then in winter, like delete the titles associated with new books and create a new set with the like holdings created since date. Um, and that seems really work intensive.
Mhm.
Because there's no way to update the query of
Right, without a sequel query
mm-hmm,
of dates.
mm-hmm.
But, I mean, that's a lot of items. Who's gonna paw through 87 items if, you're into philosophy and not so into baking? I still don't see and if we can't, like, I don't know. I don't know. I have other thoughts. I want to be able to build a collection and publish it online and share it with people that's much more specific. I guess you could make lots of collections, new philosophy books, new baking books, but if I have to go and update the dates on all of them all
All
the
of them,
time,
right? Yeah,
not
that's
that.
not gonna hmm,
Could you use some sort of like SQLs, like its creation date it was
Mm.
less than 90
less than
days.
90 days ago or whatever, something like that, where it will dynamically keep updating.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, George. The other thing I was thinking too is once you create something like that, at what point, I mean, I know for us, at least I know that I'm tagging things as I bring them in because I'm trying to report out to programs. So for example, like if I created a business one, I could say, okay, new business books in the last 90 days or what have you. And I was able to use a filter on that query with a filter also on only things with a BUS tag, which would be in like our 901 field or 902 field or something like that. That would automatically dynamically update. That might be useful as well.
Yeah, and SQL's not in. Yeah, creation date is greater than today's date minus 90 days. Um,
Maybe you can create that set in analytics using the, logic, then create a set in Alma based on that. Because I don't think you can do SQL
oh
in
yeah, yeah.
Alma.
That's an okay, yeah, like a double layer, but can you use an analytics report to create a logical set in Alma, or will it only
That's true.
create
And will it
the
feed?
itemized set?
And how do
I
you
don't
get
know.
analytics report to regularly feed into not only Alma, but into the
Okay, we are
collections?
going to try. Okay, we want a logical set. We're gonna try creation date SQL analytics. Uh, uh, we're doing physical titles and create. Yeah, so it's only letting us do, whereas if I do create item, yeah, itemized sets can come from analytics, but logical sets can't. Um, so if we
It's just dumb
add,
because it's treating the query for the logical set as though they were itemized.
yeah, um,
In my opinion, it's dumb. Sorry.
well, and it's frustrating that it's it's limiting the relationship, like it's not letting you even do a range. Really. Uh, But I mean, like, instead of doing strictly new book, if you created a, um, if you did go in and do a, um, like subject by subject specific one, when you go here, it will do like date newest, but I wonder if that's the publication date, not the ad date. Um, and basically if you did it subject specific and then set your default to sort by date newest, um, then you'd probably be getting and you could also, of course, set like, add date after whatever, but you could update it once a year and the older stuff would go to the bottom.
But why, if I'm using this as an outreach tool, I don't know that,
Yeah.
I don't know, I'd probably email an instructor a link and I would just do it to a search in one search or in
Mm-hmm.
Primo rather than go through the
All
Alma.
of that. Yeah. Um, there's gotta, um, I know that this was something that when we were at Eluna, people like wanted to figure out, and there were presentations on it. Um, so I think I want to go back through my Eluna notes about stuff, and also maybe dig into the managing collections and managing sets um documentation to see if um I can find uh, not analytics. What is this? Advanced search, mixed criteria, save the query. Yeah, that's not. Mm, okay. Um, it's 1:52. And I do apologize. My face hurts. And yeah, my brain is turning and words aren't coming out at this point on fixing this quandary.